Kenyans are being punished because they never learn. They hate leaders of integrity. They go for crooks, murderers, conmen, and all sorts of bad people. The dirtier you are in Kenya, the more likely you are to be elected into a public office. So Kenyans deserve bad leaders. They never learn. Before some Kenyans voted for Ruto in 2022, Ruto's track records were out in the public domain. But Kenyans assumed all those. They went ahead and voted for Ruto. Ruto's alleged corruption scandals, his alleged appetite for land, his arrogance, all those were things in the public domain. But some Kenyans said, huyo ndio tunataka. Ruto is now coming out as the worst president Kenya has ever had. And some of us here, we knew that in the event William Ruto became the president, he was going to do exactly what he's now doing today. So we knew all these things and we warned our fellow Kenyans. But they did assume all that. I want us to listen to Kimani Ichung'wa, for his remarks are going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Listen to this.
Give a man power and money, then his true character shows up. And I guess that is what has happened. When people got power, they got access to state resources, then their true characters came out. I don't know what you would say of a person holding high office who walks into a meeting in State Lodge, grabs by the collar a junior officer, the name of Denis Itumbi, threatening him with physical assault within the precincts of a State Lodge on the basis that someone who had no defined role until recently, I think he would say his work is come here, go there. He's not tweeting the things you want him to tweet. Why would you, if you hold high office, be so petty and vindictive with leaders because they are not kneeling before you and hailing you as the king and the greatest of all? Why would you, for instance, be belittling your own member of parliament and telling the whole world how much dowry you paid at his wedding, how you spent your time and money? And mind you, I spent more money and more time in Kiambaa constituency to a young man like Njuguna Kawanjiko, the member of parliament for Kiambaa. Why would you insult the lady, gracious lady who represents the people of Baringo County and call her a prostitute? Because people have refused to sing to your tune or because they have associated with people you do not like. Florence Jamatia was insulted because he was working at the time being with the member for Kiharu. You've heard the member for Kiambaa narrate his ordeal. And I can tell you, members of parliament, especially those from the Mount Kenya region, have harrowing stories of what they have had to go through. I said the other day, many of them shudder in fear because of this desperation and attempts to intimidate them, because you are desperate to pull people together from a region so that you may use the levers of that region and the people, one, as a shield and a mask to mask your true character, and two, to blackmail government and the president.
Listening to Kimani Ichung'wa, I'm seeing a Rigathi Gachagua who does not entertain critics. If you criticize Rigathi Gachagua, Be prepared to face the music. So I'm asking a question. What would happen if Rigathi today becomes the president and Kenyans start criticizing his government? What will happen? We were told that William Ruto also slapped Uhuru Kenyatta sometimes back in 2017. These were things in the public domain, but Kenyans did assume all those. If you look at William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, they share very many characteristics. And I won't be wrong to say Rigathi is a worse off version than Ruto. Ruto became a worse off version than Uhuru. I'm seeing a Rigathi Gachagua who is a worse off version than Ruto. And I'm saying that based on what Rigathi has said and has done as a deputy president. In just under 2 years, he has come out very bravely to talk over shareholding government, something that William Ruto could not even have imagined saying when he was the deputy president. Rigathi has made that very clear that if you never voted for Kenya Kwanza, don't expect much from their government. They'll first of all sort out the people who gave them votes. The remarks exposes Rigathi as somebody is not fit holding that office as a deputy president. And just as we were told of William Ruto's track record, how he started his politics, YK92, we also know of Rigathi's background when he was a DO. In many occasions, we have been told that some relief food disappeared. At that time, Rigathi was a DO. Relief food disappeared. How he did some irregular tenders with some county governments. And the High Court actually found him guilty. But upon coming to power, all those cases were dropped. We are seeing what William Ruto is doing. If Rigathi becomes the president today, will all these bad characters in him disappear? The answer is a very big no. So Kenyans must be very careful on the kind of leaders they are electing. Ruto's track records were out in the public domain. Rigathi's track records are also out in the public domain. My people perish for lack of knowledge. It's my prayer that Kenyans can open their eyes to see things objectively. Ruto is not fit holding a public office. Rigathi is not fit holding a public office. All these leaders should and must be rejected. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Anybody watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.